we're not going anywhere today.
No,
Because we can't
go
we're stuck.
We might not be going anywhere. Ah, good job. Keep going. So far, so good.
Can't see a thing, but you know. Whoa, okay. That was awesome.
A police car in the ditch. Can't be careful. We really should have thought ahead. We were in town last night working on videos and website stuff. And we knew there was a snowstorm warning, and we got some propane, but we didn't get enough. And so now we're like, we really should go into town. I don't think we're gonna be able to get out of here.
Said, no, they're all like this. And I'm like, okay. All right, so everybody says to turn around and go back. All right, I'll do it. Not my first time of being out in the snow and all that stuff, but it's pretty lousy today. So heed the call, turn around, go back home, hunker down, have a hot chocolate. We bought groceries yesterday and stuff. We'll be fine. So being in a cold weather climate with snow and ice has its challenges. Like, you can't open your hood. It's all going to melt in the next 3 days though, so we're good. So guys, as you can see, we're a little bit stuck.
Like a lot stuck. There is no way we could drive, even Bessie, as amazing as she is, down this driveway and out onto the road. I think the main roads are probably getting cleared.
Oh, I think so. I hope so.
It's a long way to the main road from here. So
here, look what's behind us. See that?
Woo!
Winter Wonderland.
How beautiful is that, you guys? What is today? Today's September 29th? 30th?
30th.
Today's September 30th, 2019.
Yeah.
We're not even making this stuff up. This is what it's like in southern Canada. Well,
and I hear Montana got hit, and so did Idaho.
yes,
with
exactly.
this same big storm.
Same storm, yeah.
But it's leaving soon. And
when
so are we.
Exactly. We are so encouraged because we know that it's warm where we're headed.
Oh yeah.
Arizona
2 weeks from now,
or bust, man.
we're gonna say,
we're
could we
out.
turn on some air conditioning? Isn't working. What are we gonna do?
So this is so great.
Anyways.
Anyway, so what are we talking about this week?
Well, I'll tell you what. We are gonna share with you the survival tips for taking on a storm.
Yep.
In an RV.
It could happen.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, we could be having the. Well, I remember last year there was what they called the cyclone bomb or something like that.
They call it all kinds of good things.
Yeah, and that was pretty intense for a lot of people. Now that was a lot of wind that you were dealing with. Thankfully, we're not dealing with a lot of wind.
Yeah.
But we are dealing with cold. Tonight it's supposed to get down to minus 12 degrees Celsius. I have no idea what that is Fahrenheit, but we'll flash it on the screen here.
There you go.
And so we did a boondocking in the cold video last season.
Yeah.
So we will link that up there.
Yes,
and
we
put
will.
it in the description below. But yeah, today we want to just kind of review some of those things, tell you some things that we've learned about camping in the cold. Yeah.
What do you need to have in order to survive a big snow dump when you're trying to get out of town?
It's crazy. And as a bonus tip, I'm just going to say right up front, have a good attitude about it, because that is going to change everything. When Kit and I have been literally like stuck in 200 square feet for 2 days, and we got a little testy with each other yesterday. But you know what? You can't let yourself go there, because it could be a scary place. So have a good attitude. That's your bonus tip. Hey guys, if you haven't subscribed to our channel already, go ahead and do that. Hit that button down below. Hit the bell icon so you get notified of any new videos we put out. And go ahead and hit that thumbs up. We totally appreciate this community. And let's get into all of our awesome camping in the cold tips. Woohoo!
Yes.
But let's go for a walk first.
Absolutely.
All right, let's do this.
So tip number 1, make sure you have your propane.
Oops.
Make sure you have lots of propane.
Why do we know this?
Well, we actually do have lots of propane.
We have enough propane, but...
Yeah, our main tank propane, no problem.
Yeah.
Our buddy heater, I would have liked to have a couple more bottles. We still have 2, so we're fine.
We love that buddy heater, you guys. This thing is amazing.
It
makes
works.
it so toasty and warm so fast and instant.
Oh.
And
it's portable, so we actually could take it into the shop and set it up there for a few minutes.
Yeah.
If we wanted to be warm.
Yeah, I had to wash my hair this morning and the shop is really cold, so I'm like, bring the buddy heater into the bathroom so I can wash my hair.
Done. No problem.
Perfect.
It's
anyway,
portable.
Highly recommend it, but like we said before, it is basically an open flame, so be very, very careful with that, especially if you have little kids or dogs. In fact, if you have little kids or dogs, I would say don't even think about getting it, because it's just too dangerous. But
so our tip number 1.
Tip number 1, have enough propane.
Have enough propane and I'm going to say for heat, and have multiple options for heat. So right now we have a 110 volt cable running from the shop to our rig, just 110, 15 amps, and we still have an electric heater working.
Yeah, it's on low because we don't want to blow any breakers, so it keeps it warm enough, but not perfectly warm. But
and runs the pumps and our lights. So that's all we need it for.
Tip number 2 is create micro spaces within your rig. So that little heater that we have, the electric one, because it's on so low, we can't actually use it to heat the whole rig. I know our rig isn't very big, but it's cold. So what we do is we create a blanket that goes across about halfway through the rig.
Yep.
So that we can put the heater on one side or the other. So if we're going to be sitting there using our computers or reading or playing
eating.
Scrabble or whatever, we can put the buddy heater, or not the buddy heater, the electric heater on that side of the blanket. When we're sleeping, we put it on the other side so that we're nice and toasty warm while we're sleeping.
There you go.
So that would be another thing, is to create micro spaces within your larger space to keep warm.
Excellent. So tip number 3, have a source.
Sorry, it's like
we're walking through a drift right here.
Deep.
Sorry.
Look at show everybody how deep that is.
Okay.
Okay, ready? Watch. Crazy. Like it's almost up to my knees.
Yeah, that's the drift that I blew through on our way down.
That's right. Yes. Yesterday when we were trying to drive into town, we
hit this drift right here.
Yeah.
And boom, I couldn't see a thing, and
I think we got it on film actually. We can show you. It's pretty cool.
We will. So tip number 3, make sure you have water. And I'm going to talk about water management. We can fill up from the shop, not a problem, but we also have to manage our tanks.
So Kent, what's the reason why we're not using our tanks right now?
We're not using our black tank because we don't have a place to RV dump, but we have the shops. Number 2, our gray tank, we're using it a little bit, minimally, washing hands, that kind of thing, but we're also managing it. The reason is because we've already treated it with RV antifreeze. So,
the cool thing about RV antifreeze is it's totally non-toxic. Like,
yes.
You can put it even in, can you put it in your white tank?
Yeah.
Your freshwater tank? You could.
Yeah.
We're not going to, but you could. It's totally non-toxic.
That's right. It's non-toxic to people, and it's non-toxic to plants and animals also.
Exactly. But we only bought one container.
And we've used it. So if we flush anything, now we'd have to replenish it, and we're not going anywhere today because we can't. We're stuck.
Alrighty, guys. Tip number 4 is to watch the weather. Be prepared, because if you see a storm coming, you know it's going to be hitting you soon. Get to the store, pick up that extra few bottles of propane, fill up your rig with propane, get
water.
Extra water in your tanks, food, coffee, milk, cereal, whatever it is that you're going to need. And maybe extra blankets or whatever. So just make sure that you're planning ahead, and being prepared is a big deal.
It's a big deal.
We feel like we could have been more prepared for this storm, and we weren't. So, yeah.
All right, tip number 5, if it's not going to be melting anytime soon and it's windy and it's getting cold, you can skirt your trailer, you can skirt your RV, you can skirt your motorhome. You can use anything to skirt your trailer. You could actually fill up the under part with bales of hay. You can actually use cardboard and just lean them up against your RV and put some snow up against them.
I was going to say, you could actually use snow as an insulator. Surprise, surprise. That's pretty cool, hey?
Now, if you're going to, yeah.
Cool.
That was a good joke. Wow.
Anyway, yeah.
Hey,
insulate the bottom of your rig so the wind doesn't just blow through and freeze everything underneath there.
If you do have the electricity and you're skirting your trailer and you're going to be there for a while, pick up the brooding lamps at your feed store or your supply store for your farm supplies, and put 2 or 3 brooding lamps underneath your RV. Skirt your RV so that the air underneath can start warming up, and those brooding lamps will actually create a heating source underneath your RV, underneath your trailer, underneath your motorhome, so that it actually stays nice and warm and you don't lose so much heat.
Yeah, people have asked us, can you live in your RV in Canada in the winter? And the answer is actually yes, you can. You have to be super prepared. So you need to make sure that, like Kent said, you're insulated and have all those resources. One of those resources I would really just make note of is, what are you going to do with your black tanks and your gray tanks? If you're in a campground or even out here in the middle of nowhere, a lot of campgrounds will shut down their water systems for the winter. So then you need to hire a honey wagon service to come out and drain your tanks for you, and and maybe even get those giant bottles of propane and have those ready to go.
Dropped off.
When it gets down to minus 20, minus 30, minus 40, you're going to have that furnace running 24/7 just to stay warm enough. So it can be done. It can be done, but it does take a lot of resources. So, and people do it for sure. Anyway.
Excellent.
All right. So tip number 6 is to cover your windows and stuff. So anytime you have an open window, it's going to let more air through, especially in an older rig like we have with Bessie. So we have a blanket over the door, we have blankets over the windows, and it goes along with the whole concept of skirting, really. So you're trying to insulate as much of your rig from getting cold coming in.
Heat loss.
Last night we were sitting there and Kent puts his hand down by the doghouse and he goes,
"Oh yeah, that's cold breeze coming right in."
So today we're going to figure out how we can get that sealed up a little bit more so we're not going to bother.
No, we're just going to start planning our trip to where it's warm.
If we were staying here all winter, we'd figure out how to seal that, but we're not.
We're not.
Anyway, so yeah, just putting blankets on the windows, that actually makes quite a difference, and it makes it just feel cozy in there.
So the next tip is know your limitations.
Yep.
If it's going to get very cold and beyond what you can handle, have an exit strategy. Have somebody come and pick you up.
Yeah.
Drive somewhere.
Yeah.
Go to a place. Leave your rig as is, as necessary, but go to where you're going to be safe.
Oh, safety first and second. Always, always, always safety's first. So yeah, if you ever feel that you're threatened in any way, find shelter.
Yep. So guys, don't forget to have fun.
Oh yeah, go out there, grab life by the tail. We're having a great time out here in the snow. I actually love winter. I love it. So this is great for me. It makes me so happy. We're going to go build a snowman and have maybe a snowball fight. And then we are going to wait for the snow to melt probably in the next couple of days. And we're heading south. Woo-hoo!
Yeah, actually, today's Monday. And they say by Friday, it's going to be very
It'll
pleasant.
be a distant memory.
So nice.
It's crazy. You guys get out there, have fun, and we'll see you next Thursday.